The night air in Carson, California hums with anticipation. A low electric buzz rolling through the open sky above the arena, as thousands of voices collide into one restless roar. Under the lights, the welterweight division waits for violence, for truth, for answers. This is not just another fight. It's a collision of wills, styles, and survival instincts. Marcos El Chino Maidana, the relentless Argentine wrecking machine, walks toward the ring with the calm of a man who has lived in storms. Former WBA super lightweight champion, feared for a right hand that has ended careers early, Maidana carries a resume soaked in knockouts, 27 stoppages in 30 victories, most of them finished before opponents could even find their breath. Across the ring stands Josesito, the Riverside Rocky, Lopez, the American fighter molded by adversity, carrying a height and reach advantage, armed with grit, heart, and a belief forged through hardship. Lopez is no stranger to pain or pressure. He's lived through it, survived it, and learned to fight through it. The numbers flash on the screen: reach, height, power. But numbers don't bleed. Men do. As the introductions echo through the arena, the crowd senses it immediately. This fight will not be technical chess for 12 quiet rounds. This is gasoline near a flame. The bell hasn't rung yet, but the wick is already lit. Maidana stands loose, shoulders rolling, eyes cold and patient. A predator who knows time is his ally. Lopez bounces lightly, focused, alert, knowing that distance and discipline may be his only shield against the storm. This is the twilight of Maidana's legendary career, and every fight now feels like a statement, a reminder, a warning. For Lopez, this is opportunity. Dangerous, unforgiving opportunity. When the referee calls them in, there is no trash talk, no theatrics. Just two men staring into the same future, knowing only one of them will walk away whole. The bell rings, and the night exhales. From the opening seconds, the contrast in styles is clear. Lopez comes out sharp, upright, flicking the jab, trying to command space, using his reach like a measuring stick to keep Maidana at the end of his punches. Maidana stalks forward, chin tucked, gloves high, absorbing information like a hunter, memorizing the terrain. The crowd reacts to every exchange, gasping as Lopez snaps quick right hands down the middle, then roaring when Maidana answers with heavy counters that thud with a different kind of authority. Early on, Lopez finds moments of success. His jab lands, his feet keep him just a step away from danger, and he dares to fire combinations, testing whether Maidana can be controlled. But Maidana is patient, almost disturbingly so. He eats a jab, slips another, then unleashes an overhand right that cuts through the air like a hammer. It lands, not clean enough to end things, but heavy enough to send a message. Every mistake will be punished. The first round becomes a warning shot, rather than a declaration of dominance. Lopez shows he's willing to trade, willing to stand his ground, and the crowd senses it. This might turn into a war. By the second round, Maidana starts closing distance faster, stepping inside Lopez's jab, ripping shots to the body, targeting ribs, arms, anything that will slow the movement. Lopez responds with courage, firing back, refusing to be bullied. But there's a tension now in his movement, a hint of urgency. The exchanges grow tighter, closer, more violent. Maidana's right hand keeps finding its way through the guard, sometimes glancing, sometimes cracking off the temple. Lopez's corner urges discipline, but instincts pull him into exchanges. The crowd rises with every combination, sensing that the balance of the fight is beginning to tilt, that the storm is no longer on the horizon. It's moving in. By the third round, the fight sheds its subtlety. Maidana no longer wants to box, he wants to break. He backs Lopez toward the ropes, cutting off angles, forcing him into close quarters where reach means nothing and power means everything. Lopez fires back bravely, landing looping right hands that momentarily check Maidana's advance. And for a moment the crowd wonders, can Lopez hurt him? Can he slow this relentless pressure? Maidana answers with body shots that sound like drums echoing through the arena. Left hooks dig into Lopez's ribs, right hands whip upstairs, and suddenly, the American fighter's legs don't move as freely. Lopez tries to rally, invites exchanges, even taunts Maidana, daring him to bring it, and Maidana does. The punches come in waves, heavy, ugly, purposeful. Lopez shows heart, landing clean shots of his own, refusing to fold, refusing to run. The crowd is on its feet now, fully invested, roaring approval for the courage on display. By the fourth round, the pace is brutal. Lopez finds success when he stands and fights, surprising Maidana with combinations, even rocking him briefly with body shots that force Maidana to clinch. It's a reminder that Maidana is human, that he can be hurt. But it's also dangerous. Every exchange favors the man with heavier artillery, and Maidana's right hand continues to land with frightening regularity. Lopez's face begins to show wear. His guard drops just enough, and Maidana senses it. He presses harder, throws straighter punches, traps Lopez on the ropes, and unloads. Lopez absorbs punishment, fires back, survives, but survival comes at a cost. By the end of the round, both men are breathing heavy, sweat flying, gloves thudding. The fight teetering on the edge of something decisive. The audience knows it. The fighters know it. This cannot continue forever. Rounds 5 and 6 feel less like boxing and more like controlled chaos. Maidana's pressure becomes suffocating, his jab snapping, now setting up the right hand with brutal efficiency. Lopez still finds moments, sharp counters, hooks to the body, flashes of defiance. But the rhythm belongs to Maidana. Every time Lopez backs to the ropes, disaster lurks. Maidana unleashes combinations, mixing head and body, forcing Lopez to absorb punishment in clusters. The crowd winces, then roars, torn between admiration for Lopez's toughness and awe at Maidana's relentless offense. Lopez tries to adjust, move, punch, clinch, but Maidana reads it, walks him down, refuses to let him rest. The body shots begin to tell. Lopez's reaction slow, his stance stiffens, and his guard opens just enough. Maidana smells blood. He times the right hand perfectly, over the top, straight, unforgiving. It lands flush, snapping Lopez's head back, sending him stumbling. The arena explodes. Lopez tries to recover, bouncing off the ropes, firing back out of instinct, but the momentum is gone. Maidana follows, measured now, not reckless. Another right hand crashes through the guard. Lopez drops. It's sudden, violent, undeniable. He struggles to rise, heart dragging him upright, but the damage is done. Maidana pounces, unleashing a final barrage, forcing the referee's hand. The stoppage comes not as a mercy, but as a necessity. This is the moment when toughness meets reality. The referee steps in, arms wide, shielding Lopez from further punishment. The bell never matters. It's over. Marcos Maidana stands victorious once again, recording the 31st knockout of his career. A chilling statistic brought to life in real time. The official time flashes, 1 minute and 18 seconds of the 6th round. But numbers can't capture what just unfolded. Lopez sits, then rises. Disappointment etched across his face, but respect too. He dared to fight. He dared to believe. Maidana climbs the ropes, soaking in the roar, not with arrogance, but with the quiet acknowledgement of a warrior who knows what he has given and what he has taken. This fight wasn't clean or pretty. It was honest. It was violent. It was boxing at its rawest. For Lopez, it's another chapter in a career defined by courage, by refusal to quit, by nights where heart carried him deep into danger. For Maidana, it's a reminder of who he is, a destroyer. Pressure fighter whose power bends fights to his will. As the crowd applauds both men, the respect is mutual. This was never about numbers or predictions. It was about who could impose themselves when it mattered most. On this night in Carson, under the open sky, Marcos El Chino Maidana reminded the world why his name still echoes in boxing lore. Because when the wick is lit, he doesn't hesitate to burn everything down.